You know that friend that people will be like, oh my god, you guys will get on so well, and then you meet her and you're like, she's not that great. That's how I feel about Too Faced foundation. Hello guys, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. My name is Angela Delano, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I make videos on makeup, lifestyle, vlogs, advice. Today I have a very exciting video that I've been so excited to film. I've had it noted down in my to film list. I am going to be sharing with you my foundation collection. Honestly, I love sharing my collection. Like, I love filming these collection videos. I actually think it's my favorite one. It's a moderate collection, but it's still like enough for you to not feel overwhelmed. Like, oh my god, she mentioned like 25 foundations. Which one should I get? So the first foundation I'm going to share might just be my favorite foundation or my favorite makeup brand. I have 3 Fenty Beauty foundations, but I do think my favorite one might be this Fenty Hydrating foundation. I am in the shade 420 and everything foundation with Fenty. It is not heavy, but it still has a full coverage, so when you wear it, you're not feeling like, oh my god, I have so much cake on my face. And I have foundations that feel like that. I'll get there in a moment. This feels light, but at the same time, when I wear it, it's like, you know, almost full coverage. I'll just, you know, swatch it on my hand so you can see, I don't know, the consistency. I don't know if you can really swatch foundations. When you blend it, it just blends into my skin beautifully. It's like a perfect match for my skin. Honestly, I would recommend this foundation 1,000 times over. If you're new in getting Fenty stuff and you want like something for your base, go for this foundation. It's not like an over matte finish. It just feels really skin-like and really soft. While my second favorite Fenty foundation, this is their Pro Filt'r foundation. So this is like more of a matte finish. And then you have their tinted moisturizer, which does it even classify as a foundation? I think yes, it does. It's just a very lightweight foundation. Really good for everyday, really good for light makeup looks, beach days, work, anything that you want a bit of a coverage, like a bit of a tint, but not like an over matte finish. And if you're just someone that doesn't really like a full face of foundation, like appreciates their skin but just wants a bit of a touch up, this is what you should go for. I used to really love her. I think this is like my 3rd bottle. Honestly, this used to be my favorite foundation until I tried this one and I was like, actually this feels like more like slightly glowy. I think we're done with Fenty for now, so let's move on to the next brand. Estee Lauder Double Wear. Can we just have a second to just appreciate? I think this was the first foundation I really decided was my holy girl foundation before Fenty came around. She served her purpose. She was good coverage, she was not too expensive, she was a beautiful flawless skin-like finish, she felt light but at the same time still gave a full face effect. I'm gonna link in the description the videos that I've used all these different foundations. Estee Lauder, when I wear her, I'm like, yep, I remember why I was in love with you. This is the shade Amber Honey, and I definitely have worn this on my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna link a video below so you can actually see what it's like on my face and the finish it gives off. She's beautiful. She stays in place. She also does not feel too cakey, and she gives you the finish you deserve. She's one of the OGs. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear. She's looking slightly orange, but as I've said, you can watch the video to see how she looks when I've done my full face. The next foundation I'm gonna show you is Nars Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a victim of peer pressure. When I got this, I was like, you know what, everybody in this beauty community raves about this Nars foundation. They have been for the past 10 years and I still don't have my hands on it. I have to fix that. I got it out of peer pressure, and it's actually what I'm wearing today. Even though it was peer pressure, do I regret it? No, it's a good foundation. It's good. Would I have died if I didn't get it? I don't know. I think Fenty was already kind of serving me a good purpose, but I like it, but would I repurchase it when I finish? I don't know. Can we just wait and see? Sometimes don't mind me, I'm just playing around. Sometimes I think I don't need something in my collection, and then when I finish it, I go back and buy it. Like, I'm like, actually no, I really liked it. Like, that happened with me and Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. I was like, this is a very nice lip gloss, but I don't think I need it. Lo and behold, I'm on like my 4th lip gloss bottle. So this is my Nars foundation in Macao. This is my Estee Lauder in the shade Amber Honey. As you can see, slightly different undertones, but by the time I do a full face and set it, everything always looks nice and flawless. It's a great foundation, but I think because I got it late and because I had already tested all these other brands that I fell in love with, I didn't really appreciate her as much as everybody does appreciate her. But it's a good foundation for sure. I'm happy it's in my collection, and I'm happy I finally tried it. Another foundation I have is my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the color Chai. Not going to lie to you guys, I think this is like my least favorite foundation in my collection. I have a video testing her on my face on my channel. She's okay. Like, everybody hyped about this foundation. She's okay, but I think the problem is she feels heavy on my face, and I don't like foundation feeling too heavy. Maybe like the day I wore it, I put too much. I don't know what it is. I have actually only used it once, and that was in the YouTube video that I tested it out. As I said, it's a good color on me, and I'll link the video that I tried it on below so you can see it on my face. If you like it and it works for you, that's great, that's amazing. We all have different products that work for us and that, you know, complement each other differently. So I'm not saying don't try it at all, no, because it might work for you. It might be your holy grail. You might feel like, wow, you don't like this foundation? How? You're an alien. I understand that, because as I said, different things work for different people. It's a good color, but we don't really get on. You know that friend that people will be like, oh my god, you guys will get on so well, and then you meet her and you're like, she's not that great. That's how I feel about Too Faced foundation. This is my NYX Born to Glow foundation, and this is actually my only drugstore foundation, except you count Fenty as being drugstore, as you can find her in Boots and stuff. This was £10, and again, I got it because one day I was like, Angela, you actually don't have any drugstore foundations. Drugstores have leveled up since you were 16. Maybe you should try it. I was actually highly impressed. This is also raved in the beauty community for being like an affordable foundation. And if you're looking for something in the drugstore that you can find that wouldn't break your bank, you're looking for something under £20, under £10, because it was actually £10 and under, get this foundation. I used the color Cappuccino, and I don't regret it. It's meant to be a dewy foundation, but when I used her, I felt like it was more like a matte finish. Maybe my primer was too mattifying, so it didn't show the glow, but I don't mind because I'm not a huge glowy person anyway. If you're looking for affordable foundation, you can't really be mad at her, because I think she does like a really good job for the price. So I would actually recommend this. This is the NYX one, but definitely check her out if you're looking for a good drugstore foundation. I'm sorry that I only have one, but actually my concealers, I have a lot of drugstore concealers, so I'm actually very excited to film my concealer video. And if you like that, if you would want to see that, definitely give me a like in this video as well. Let me know that you're enjoying it. Let me know that you want to see that. My last liquid foundation is KVD Beauty. I left the most, I think, controversial one for the last. Got in a whole rebrand, a new owner. This is a full face. You're not getting light coverage, you're not getting a light feel, you're getting full coverage, and you're getting a caked face. Like, I think that's why I didn't really like the Too Faced one that much, because I feel like I only need one cakey foundation, and my KVD was already doing that for me. Honestly, I haven't used her in a while just because my makeup style has changed these days. I don't really reach for the heavy stuff, but then if I know that, oh, I want to go to a wedding and my makeup has to last me the whole day, I want to look caked on, I know that she's waiting for me and she's ready to be used. As I said, the color, I think I really prefer this color to the Too Faced one. So this is the Nars one, this is Too Faced, This is KVD. I love how like neutral her color is. Can you see? It's like golden. So when I wear it, I feel like it really doesn't make me look dull. It's like a very, very nice neutral golden undertone. So if you're looking for a foundation that feels like cake on your face, if you're looking for something that's full, if you want something that's going to cover, let's say, literally any pimples or black spots you may have, this KVD Beauty foundation, she's gonna do it for you. She's very, very, very full coverage, and you will not regret having her if this is something that you are looking for. But if you're a light kind of girl, then I would say you should reach for Fenty Eaze Drop Tinted Moisturizer, because that's literally skin, and the Fenty Hydrating or the Nars one. But then if you want something more on the heavier side, reach for Estee Lauder and also the Fenty Matte Pro Filter. Out of all these heaviest ones, I would say my favorite two are definitely Fenty and Estee Lauder. And so guys, for now I'm done with the liquid foundations. Should we move on to powder? I feel like this is the part that a lot of people might not really be interested in, because powder foundations, people really tend to use them on top of liquid foundations, but you can actually use powder foundation on its own. So let's say I'm out, I always have a powder in my bag just on top of my makeup, just when it needs, like, you know, when I'm getting like oily and it just needs to be like topped up a bit, I will then always have a powder in my bag. But then my go-to powders, I feel like such an auntie saying like, oh, powder foundation, but trust me, powder foundations, they really do serve a purpose. If you feel like, do I need powder foundations? If you wear liquid foundations, yes, because you need to set your liquid foundation. My favorite powders are the MAC Studio Fix and the color NW43. You can obviously see how much I love her and how much she loves me. This is my MAC powder in NW43. My Estee Lauder Set Blur Finish Perfecting Pressed Powder in the shade Deep. I love this powder. This is actually my second powder. I've actually used her and finished her in the past, and then I've had her and then broken her, and then I've had a new one, and this is like my third pot. And honestly, she's not going anywhere. She's a staple in my collection. This is the powder. Really just feels like it melts into your skin. It is a beautiful powder. I think I actually prefer it to my MAC one. She just sets your makeup in place. She's a pretty powder. Pretty powder. Your makeup is not going anywhere with this one. It's sitting nice and setting in place. And then my last powder is, you know, I have to get everything that Fenty makes. It's Fenty Beauty, but this Fenty Beauty powder is probably my least favorite powder. I've only had one and I bought it because I love Fenty Beauty. My go-to powder is my Estee Lauder one, but then I also love my MAC one as well, because this Estee Lauder one, I actually bought it in an outlet shop, and then when it finished, I reordered a new one from America. So I know in America they have it on their website. So primers are very, very, very important when you use foundation. You don't want to put in your foundation directly onto a bare face. No, you need that layer of protection. You need that layer to make your foundation sit and blend well. You also need that layer so that your foundation sets in place. Like, there's 3 reasons why we use primer. When I hear people tell me they don't use primer, I'm like, how don't you use primer? Fair enough, you don't need a primer if you're using like a tinted moisturizer, but because it's very light and it's basically, it should just feel like skin. But if you're using any of these heavy foundations, please, I beg you, get a primer. I have 2. My favorite go-to primer is my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. It's just like, make sure it's not too matte, but it also makes your makeup set in place. I feel like she just goes well with whatever you put her with. I feel like she's that friend that is very neutral, doesn't really take sides, but I think she complements different foundations, different skins. Really neutral. So if you're confused, like, I don't know what kind of skin I have, I don't know what kind of finish I want, this primer is your go-to. And then my other primer I had is my Becca Ever Matte Perfecting Primer. Basically the Becca Ever Matte Primer. This was a holy girl in the makeup community for so long. She had a throne and she wasn't budging, but I see why. This primer, perfect for if you want your makeup to stay in place all day. It's not like the Fenty one where like she's half matte, half dewy. This one is all matte. What you're getting is a matte finish. So if you're looking for a primer that's gonna make your makeup just stay there and not budge, get this primer. I hope it's still available because I heard that Becca went bankrupt or into administration or got discontinued during the pandemic. But if this primer is still available, please get it while you can. So guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you staying through the end. If you've definitely watched through and enjoyed, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a cheeky subscribe, and comment below and tell me what foundations you like, what foundations you have. If you have your eye on any foundation I've mentioned below, also let me know. I would really love to know that this video is helpful to somebody looking to add a foundation to their collection. Thank you so much guys for watching. I pray you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this video. Thank you guys. Bye.